he asked me to introduce him as part CMO and part ninja, and I agreed to do so because he's actually a black belt in karate, and he incorporates that into some of his talks. He's a really engaging speaker and a great guy, and I'm really proud to be working with him and be welcoming him to the stage. So give a hand for Lavall Chichester. Enjoy.
Hello, party people. How are we? So, you know, I am a part-time ninja now. So me, my brother, Zeke, I'm going to point them out because it's ninja etiquette. Whoop, behind you, it's ninja etiquette. It's like vampires. In order to be a vampire and let in, you got to request it. It's ninja etiquette to point out the other ninjas, right, in the room. And, you know, we grew up doing ninja stuff like eating ninja cereal, eating, you know, playing with ninja nunchucks, playing in the woods and hiding in bushes. You think these bushes are hair? They're here because I'm a ninja, right? Part-time. Now I'm a CMO, and it's messing with my life, right? So today we're going to talk about how, and this is a case study, right? How we actually at JumpCrew came together as a team to use integrated sales and marketing to build a multi-million-dollar business in our very rapid period. And it's going to be super tactical and strategy. And so first-time CMO. Terrifying job, you know. 40 under 40, that experience helps that. From ad age, second-degree black belt, that really helps because you'll learn that karate has nothing to do with kicking and punching, but everything to do with life, right? How to really survive, how to stare down a problem without, you know, folding, and then just how to solve it. And I built growth skills as a side hobby just to keep me always learning. At the old agency, I sort of got antiquated. I got into this role where I was pitching and doing new business, but my craft and my skill was slowly waning, and it could happen to anyone. So I was just like, yo, I got to build a platform and teach videos and just learn. So growing a business is like fighting in a bare-knuckle karate fight, right? It's the same thing. You got problems, you got to solve them, you can't run away. And you need a plan, right? And I'm going to show you the plan. You need to execute that plan and do it well. The philosopher Mike Tyson says everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. That's absolutely true. And then you have to be really rooted in philosophy. This is Masayama. He's the founder of Kyokushin, so I'm going to give you guys a big us. That's a greeting. It means hello. And then hopefully when I'm getting off this stage, you us me back, and, you know, and we'll be friends. So I'm going to show you my last karate fight, and then we'll discuss it. The rules are you got a mouthpiece. You got a cup, shin guards. You can't punch in the face because it's bare knuckle. You could kick a knee to the face, and yeah. So I'm the black guy.
Face front, please. Show me the name. Face this way. Shishini day. Face to each other. Tigani day. Fighting stance. Come like day. Hajime.
Now you're like, he might really be a ninja. Yeah, go ask my brother how to hide in the bush. So,
oh my gosh.
Nah. So I'll explain some of this. We're not going to watch him lay there. So we're going to tell a story about how I did not execute. But in that particular situation, I had an advertising job. So when a fight was ready, I trained like 6-hour days. It's just brutality to oneself, so you're prepared. I showed up, and so I was, you know, knuckling up with this guy, and he's like a mountain troll. This dude's like 6'3", 210. I'm 5'11". My fight weight is 195. So I came in, and you fight a person, you retain damage, you fight again, and it's rounds. So I watched walk through the dude before me. I was like, oh, no way. I can't. I'm just not big and strong enough to just wail on this dude. Like, that's a losing strategy. And then I broke my toe and snapped it in half, and my shin bone was just raw. So I was like, okay, we're definitely not, like, banging with this dude. So I went in the hallway. I said, I'm going to throw the fake, right, because I know he could block. He's going to throw his hands up, and he's gonna relax. And on the way down, his hands, he can't see the spin coming. So on the way down, he's not gonna see the spin, and if I catch him, he's dead. If not, it's a dogfight, and I won, right? So I pivoted my plan because I saw my opponent, and here we are. We're not telling a different story. So let me tell you about my first karate fight. I was not prepared. So my sensei's like, Chichester, you want to go fight knockdown? Knockdown means you knock him down. That's the game. So I was like, yeah, I'll go fight knockdown. He's like, the fight's next week. I was like, cool. So I show up, see this dude from the Polish team. Yo, this dude's an ogre. So I was like, all right, I got you. And it's the normal trash talk in your head. It's like, you in my house. You in the ring with me. So, all right, so I show up, and that's what I'm telling myself. So I show up, boom, we square off. I hit the man. Bow. I was like, oh, shit, I think I broke my hand. Dude's like granite. I was like, oh no. Oh man, I'm not prepared. So then he hits me back. Oh, I was like, oh God. I had knuckle prints on my ribs. And so you can't let them know that you're injured or hurt. So I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. And then he hits me with a low kick, right? He hits me this like, boom. And that, I've been stabbed a couple times. I broke my leg. I got sucker punched once. That low kick was the hardest to this day I've been hit. So now he hits me. I'm like, pow. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Lavall, move your leg. Lavall's leg will not move. That's a weird position to be in. Like, you're like, move leg, move other leg. My leg, so now I'm stuck, and he's still there. There's a problem, right? Like, I don't know if Jesus is your homeboy, but we got real close. I was like, Jesus, don't let this man knock me out. We can't go out like that. And you know, we made it to the excursion. I didn't lose. And then I went to work. I trained hard, and the result of that is that knockout video, right? And it's same with business. In Kyokushin, my problems were like 6'3" to 6'11", right? 210 to 250. Do not fight a man who's 6'11". I'm gonna explain this to you. So at the end, you saw we bowed, and I go to give him a hug, and it's just butt cheeks. That's how tall that man was, pure butt cheeks. And yo, he hit me from across the room. I was like, man, dude, like, you guys just crazy. So in business, though, it's the same thing. You have problems, you have to work with a crew, and you have to solve them. You actually have to do the work. You can't be scared. And a lot of that is basically, you know, I'm gonna show you how this works for business, and this is actually how we did it. And I told you like nature, right? Ninjas like nature. We root ourselves in JumpCrew in philosophy, right? Growth mindset, gritty, symbiosis. So I'm gonna start with symbiosis, and then I'll end with water. So symbiosis, and philosophies bind you when things get really, really tough and really hard. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a naturalist, right? So study nature, live in the woods, and in studying nature, you realize that there's only two relationships in the natural world. There's symbiotic relationships. Every flower needs a bee. Every bee needs a flower. That's how you create ecosystems in the world. Parasitic relationships, they drink your blood, they leave. If they stay with you, you're probably gonna die. So hope they leave. But it's humans and corporations who could choose to be parasitic or symbiotic. It is a conscious choice. So in JumpCrew, what we do, we built our product to be symbiotic. If it does not work, if we do not make you money as a client, you better fire us. And we refine it and make it better and better and better because we do it for ourselves, right? And how we treat each other, that's why culture is so important, symbiotic, right? So when I came to JumpCrew, you always have to do, and this is a constant thing we do. We basically try to find a problem, make a plan, and solve it. So the problems were super ambitious, just pivoting from a social media only platform into full funnel, you know, integrating sales and marketing to drive customer acquisition, right? That's our jam. And so we're trying to be too many things. We had lack of digital skills and processes, and then we had a silo sales and marketing team, right? That is a real problem. So the plan is streamline the product, streamline the process, grow the pipeline, right? This is a sustainable growth plan, right? So strong products run efficiently, will naturally grow your pipeline, right? You also have a pipeline and revenue strategy. Then you could reinvest that into better products for yourself and your client, and the cycle continues, right? So I'm gonna break each one of these down. So I did this before, so that's what put me on the 40 list. This is the growth I did for just SEO. If you add the paid search business in there. We made that company a ton of money, and they got sold to IPG as a result. Shout out to Joe. Joe was with me in the trenches. And Tiara, wherever she is. There you go. And Raul, too. So, let's get there. So, hit it with the red Sharpie. This is what they're trying to do, and we streamlined it, right? So, the funnel at the top, we know, and Megan said this, people are going to search, they're going to look, and we're really matching the path to consumer purchase, right? Into email and lead, and we do voice skills as well, and content to nurture them, and then straight down into CRM. Salesforce is our CRM, and right into our sales team, right? And there's corporate marketing, but we do sales enablement marketing because my team has to manage the brand voice down to the sales guy, and then the salespeople on the bottom are basically the front lines. We take their information and rewrite the messaging in the top, and the cycle continues, right? I'm going to show you how this works.
The way people buy has changed. Customers used to rely on businesses finding them, but in our digital-first world, people have the power to seek out only the best brands and only when they're ready to start the process. This new customer journey is made up of various digital touchpoints across many channels. This is where JumpCrew's full funnel approach really shines. Your company has a solution that would really help someone like Kevin. Thing is, Kevin doesn't even know that you exist. You could reach out to Kevin, but that probably won't work out too well. Instead, you can use JumpCrew's full funnel approach to nudge Kevin down the path to purchase. By placing awareness ads targeting Kevin's customer profile and search habits, you can start providing value before you ever have a sales call. As Kevin starts researching, organic SEO starts its work. The more Kevin researches, the more he sees your brand. Finally, Kevin lands on a form, requests more information, and happily gives his contact information to a CRM in anticipation for your call. In the end, transforming your whole sales process into a highly valued service will keep savvy customers like Kevin happy and satisfied for years to come.
Now, if it smells like a commercial, looks like a commercial, it's probably a commercial. I am the CMO, right? So running the things efficiently. So that's how full funnel works, right? Digital person's not going to wait for you to call. They're going to start searching. You have to be there at the right message at the right time, drive them down the funnel, and actually help them solve their problems. Don't sell them garbage, Efficient processes. So we've done a lot, but I'm going to focus on two things that really change the game and compound performance. So the right team. So you all know, people are amazing. But we call them entrepreneurs, right? We hire entrepreneurs because they get it done. They're not making excuses. They're making plans. They're executing, and they're working, man. They're not pretending. They're not here to just get a paycheck. They're proper, and they're getting it done. And they're kind of like ants, I love ants. I love nature. And so when you think about an ant, they could carry 100 times their own weight. They're excellent at communication, excellent at their job. They're natural builders. They really believe in the crew and the colony. And they're really resilient. So if you take that one ant and you put it together with a bunch of ants, you got a real problem. And ants are so amazing together. These are fire ants. They could float on water. Literally when their nest gets flooded, the workers go to work, they grab the larvae and the queen, and then the soldiers get on, in a ball, and they float on water. It's marvelous. And the scientists did a study. You could hold each of the ants, they'll push them down to see buoyancy, and then none of the ants will hold on so long they'll rip another ant's legs off. They just recalibrate. They're amazing. They're excellent teammates, right? And then, once they're floating around, they reach land, a scout goes out, does the scouting job, that's what he does, and then the soldiers go destroy anything in the way, make a parade, and then the queen and the larvae get brought to the nest, and then they continue doing what ants do. And ants are so incredible that the U.S. military waged war on them in the Midwest because they were eating the telephone wires, and they killed everything, cockroaches, livestock, grass, not the ants. So don't play with ants, they're no joke. So when you're thinking of a team, ask questions about building and camaraderie and selflessness and taking care, of your people. You want entrepreneurs, right? shared goals. This is huge, and I talk to companies about this all the time, and there's a problem that JumpCrew had, right? You had the sales team, and you had the marketing team. And then the marketing guy was like, oh, I got you 1,000 leads. And the sales guy's like, these are not Glenn Ross leads, and then they're fighting. They get to fighting, and nothing gets done, and it's just chaos. So what Henderson did was like, okay, you marketing, you sales, you ladder up to me. And then I was like, great, these are your goals now. Low customer acquisition, right? You got to work together. Low customer acquisition. No one wants to pay money high for a customer. Increase conversion rate, right? You got to work together to be able to make sure that the conversion rate is increased. Upsell. So if you upsell a customer, they probably love you if they're giving you more business, right? And it's way easier to upsell a customer than go wage war for new business. Low churn, right? You can't lose clients. You got to do a good job. High collection rate is not a sale if you do not get paid. You heard it here. It's not a sale if you don't get paid. And obviously that's going to hit top line growth, right? It did not operate like that. And then we worked together as an executive team to make that happen. And, used to operate like this. Now it operates like this, and we feel like this. So it's great, but a ton of companies, the way they're set up, they've got sales team, they got marketing team, one leader, war. That's not good for business, right? Remember, yellow and blue make green, revenue. So force that connection. So growing the pipeline. Strategic partnerships and relationships, right? You're in here, build some relationships where you both could grow together. This is symbiotic. So outreach and distillery, they're our partners. We don't do what they do. They don't do what we do. So we partner up and we make revenue together. Full funnel, we practice what we preach. We do this for ourselves, right? So we know it works and we can refine it and say, oh, don't do that, client. You should do this because we did it ourselves. So when we got in there, we did a website relaunch, and we really changed the brand and made sure that it's really efficient. And these are super basic stuff. Like, these are basics, and karate is all about basics. And if you don't do your basics, they call them best practices, you will never be the people who innovate. And you never want to be the company that's like, oh, well, I read a best practice. Your client should be like, why aren't you developing the best practices, right? But in order to do that, you got to get the basics. So the website matches our sales material, which now when someone goes on the site, and super basic again, the message goes to a lead form, we fire a goal so we know which of our product sets actually work and converts, because then you could actually push money into one. You don't want to push money into the ones that don't work. We use Pardot to basically figure out what people are doing, what content they're looking at, and then it goes to a salesperson. And we say, hey, can we help you? What you looking for? And we talk, and if we can't help you, we won't waste your time. But if we could help you, we will. But again, what's important here is that salespeople are the front lines. They run back and they tell marketing, here's the objections, here's the messaging, and we change the message in paid search, social, email, SEO, and all of that, and then we rinse and repeat, right? Super important. Now we're evolving, and we're growing, and we're really using data, right, to find our customers, content. You guys are funny. You know her, right? Data, content, media, and automation to really create an amazing sales team and sales process, and we're building our own technology. So it's super cool, and we will continue to evolve and grow because we know we have to, because the world is changing, how people buy changes, and again, you heard it, our consumers are smart, man, and they're getting smarter, and they have so many options. And, the results. So return on ad spend. So our customer acquisition cost goes from like 100 to 125. Return on ad spend means for every $1 we give in paid, we get $18 back, which is ridiculous. Normal ROAS is $2. Nielsen said it was like $2.08, right? And it goes up to 4 depending the industry, but because everyone's working together, we're doing well. We have a 32% year-over-year upsell, right? So clients keep giving us more money. 5.4 churn. Shout out to Jen Hammers and team. We had a no churn September, which is impossible. companies always churn, and we're almost no churn in October. So, you know, and then we're growing a business that grows 10% month over month. So all of these are strategies and tactics that you could actually do for yourselves, right? Now, so summary, find the opportunities and problems. Problems are actually really opportunities to increase revenue and build a better team and culture. Build a plan to solve the problems. Make sure that the plan is flexible, right? You want to have same team goals and philosophies, right? And then you want to make sure you hire entrepreneurs to get the job done. So philosophy. So we love grit at JumpCrew, right? Super resilient, all that stuff. There's nothing more grittier than water, right? And so what I tell people, and our motto is, besides one crew, one blue, that's our motto, water finds a way, right? And so, you know, Bruce Lee said, be like water, but what I want to leave you with, like, we're all warriors here, we're all fighting to keep our job, get a job, feed our families, get to work. You all showed up here to learn and make connections, so you're warring, right? And water will always find a way. It'll trickle down the mountain, it'll find a way to flow and go where it's going. And so like if you're a salesperson, you're banging calls, Q4 is coming, you're stressing, marketing, maybe your campaigns are not working, make sure you focus and be like water. Find a way, because water will get stagnant. Let's say water's having a bad day, it's in a pool, there's flies around. Water will literally go up, turn into rain, and rain down on you and find its flow again, right? So be water, keep that in mind, and can I have a big us if you're gonna do this? Us. All right.